Hello, you're watching News Mongolian MNB World. I'm your host, Ayundetro Basenko. Our top stories. 2,410 new COVID-19 cases and 13 additional deaths were reported today. Mongolian British Chamber of Commerce's event was successfully organized. Natural gas line pipeline project that will pass through the territory of Mongolia is ongoing. For other news, stay tuned. The Ministry of Health reported that 2,410 new COVID-19 cases were confirmed today and 13 people have died.
The Ministry of Health today on October 8 has reported that 2,410 new coronavirus cases were detected in the past 24 hours after tests were carried out at PCR laboratories across the country, and 6,518 patients who were being treated have recovered within the past 24 hours. Unfortunately, 13 people have died due to COVID-19 complications. All new cases are of domestic transmission, 1,368 out of which were confirmed in Ulaanbaatar, and the remaining 1,042 were confirmed in the provinces. 20,482 COVID-19 patients are being treated at hospitals nationwide. Additionally, 58,394 patients are being treated at home. Among the 22,158 COVID-19 patients being treated at hospitals nationwide, 11,413 are showing mild symptoms of illness and 351 are in critical condition. Currently in Mongolia, 2,252,459 people have received their first COVID-19 vaccine dose nationwide, and 2,132,912 people have received a second dose of a vaccine.
On September 29th, the Mongolian British Chamber of Commerce successfully organized another event at the Goodman Derrick Law Firm. This is the first public event organized since the outbreak of COVID-19.
The event was attended by representatives of British business organizations, Mongolian professionals living and working in the UK, and Mongolian students enrolled in the Turing Scholarship Program. This year, the Mongolian ambassador to the United Kingdom, Totlak, is completing his tenure.
And this is our first event since the lockdown. We're saying goodbye to Ambassador Tulga, who's coming towards the end of his term here in London. But we're also welcoming many young Mongolians, chevening scholars who have just started studying at some of the UK's best universities, and also young Mongolians who are working in firms and companies here in London. And there's one or two investors here who are thinking of investing in Mongolia. But we're looking forward to the future. We're hoping to welcome the President of Mongolia to the very important conference on climate change, which is happening in Scotland in the United Kingdom in November.
My own connection with Mongolia goes back over 10 years. When I first went to Mongolia in connection with the mining work that my firm did, in connection with the London Stock Exchange and the Mongolian Stock Exchange, which had a joint venture together. And since then, my connection has been with the British Mongolian Chamber of Commerce, which acts as a gateway between Mongolia and the UK.
I'm the recipient of the 2021 to 2022 Turing Scholarship Award. Currently, I'm enrolled to London School of Economics and Political Sciences and will obtain my master's degree in Social Innovation and Business Startup. 9 students from Mongolia come here to UK to enroll in their master's degree courses. They are majoring in the insurance, project management, and finance and accounting.
Until now, around 150 Mongolian students have received a Turing Scholarship from the government of UK. Mongolia established diplomatic relations with the United Kingdom in 1963, and currently around 4,000 Mongolians live and work in the country.
It is possible to recycle animal and carcass waste and produce compost. Entities that come up with innovations in this field gathered at Sukhbatar Square to display their new solutions. In our country, 10 million livestock are killed every year. That process generates 200,000 tons of garbage. Remarkably, by recycling all types of animal carcass waste that are both disposed of on the ground surface as well as buried underground, it is possible to produce compost for plants.
The waste from animal carcasses is usually left alone and it would rot and smell. We're recycling it and making it into a compost for plants. This is quite a satisfactory solution as it produces organic compost.
Another way of producing compost was displayed during the fair. Tumushoat LLC accumulates 25,000 tons of bird droppings. Currently, 100% of the bird manure is now recycled by the company, which produces 2,500 tons of compost annually.
Composting would require 300 years to be generated naturally. However, at our Tumushoat company, we are producing nutrient-rich compost in 45 days.
Ulaanbaatar city alone produces 1.4 million tons of garbage a year. As of now, only about 24% of the garbage is being recycled and the rest are just dumped at landfills. It was noted that in order to intensify recycling, citizens should acquire good habits and get more familiar with recycling.
Around 130 recycling centers are functioning. Garbage is free and you can pick the garbage and deliver it to the recycling centers and make money out of it.
It is possible to meet the domestic need for compost with domestic products. It was noted by the fair participants that in order to increase these kinds of good practices, it is important to support them with a government policy. Thank you for staying tuned with us. Now let's look at Mongolia's current affairs.
The project manager of the natural gas pipeline, Amarsana, briefed the Deputy Prime Minister on the project's progress until October 2021 and provided an update on the construction process of a natural gas pipeline from Russia to China through the territory of Mongolia. In December 2019, the Deputy Prime Minister of Mongolia and the Chairman of the Board of Gazprom signed a Memorandum of Understanding on a joint study of the possibility of building a natural gas pipeline from Russia to China. The project is expected to make a significant contribution to the Mongolian economy, and the project's legal environment, geodesy, land, and soil-related studies have been completed. Project manager Amarsana informed the Deputy Prime Minister Amarsahan that Ertens Mongol LLC is paying special attention to ensuring the continuity of the project by holding regular virtual meetings and telephone conversations with the relevant officials of Gazprom. Deputy Prime Minister Amarsahan reminded that although the pandemic situation may slow down the construction of the gas pipeline project, he will work closely with the Russian side to ensure that the work is carried out according to plan.
The number of people engaged in household production is increasing year by year. They continue their business without any financial support from the government. In our next report, we would like to highlight Odun Chimrik, who is one of those people involved in household entrepreneurship. Odun Chimrik's main profession is an engineer. She graduated more than 30 years ago and could have kept working as an engineer. However, circumstances caused her to move to Bayangkongor province to earn a living. While living there, she discovered that there was a big local market in the area. At the beginning, she used to make arroz or dried curds and sell dairy products, but now she has successfully launched her own brand of products. Odun Chimrik says that if everyone changed their attitude a little bit, every Mongolian family could become a manufacturer.
I make 20 loaves of bread, fry 20 pancakes, and prepare about 20 kilograms of various cakes until 2 or 3 a.m. daily. People talk about what they lack when they start a business, and the main problem usually is securing financial resources. They say there are no resources to start a business and they cannot borrow money from the banks. Some natural resources are free and easy to use. For example, mushrooms and various types of fruits. In the fall, when people go to relax with their families, I go to the Hufskeltag to pick a sea buckthorn to make my yak brand products. I plan to plant different kinds of fruits and berries myself next year. When you think about it, someone who works diligently will succeed.
Last year, her family moved to Ulaanbaatar city from Bayangkongor province. They make monthly financial plan and spend some portion of their income on deeds of kindness. Her family believes that those who engage in running a successful business should give back to society.
Yesterday, I provided a yurt that I bought from my profits earned in July, August, and September to a single mother with 2 children. In addition to my normal work, I picked up some old, rusty strollers, renovated their cushions, spray painted them, and provided wheelchairs to a total of 2,700 children with disabilities. Generally, I sew handicrafts for children when I have some free time. Recently, I sewed baby blankets for 108 newborn babies and passed them on to their mothers.
Altunçimik and her family have shown that there are always opportunities for hardworking people. She said that she hopes to expand her family business and help even more people. And now let's check on the currency exchange rates provided by Mongol Bank. And here's the weather forecast for major cities around the world. Well, that's it for today. Thank you for staying with us on News Mongolia. See you next week with more stories and updates. Have a great weekend. Goodbye.